Hey, what's going on, guys? Calvin Russell here. As you guys know, it's that time of the month in which we give you guys an update on what the stock market is doing. Now, you guys know that is not my forte. However, I'm going to start bringing in my wife on some future videos because we do have, some investment portfolios, and we'll kind of go into different various formats. Because to be honest, there's no such thing, in my personal opinion, of preparing yourself too early. So if you guys are in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, doesn't really matter what your age is, you most definitely want to make sure that you're at least listening to what's trending and what's happening in that area. And of course, I can't think of anyone better to do that than my man Lando, and of course with his YouTube channel as well, Lando Success. So Lando, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself since the last time we spoke, and of course we're going to go straight into what you're here for.
Man, thanks for having me on the channel. It's been a lot going on since the last time I was on here. For those that's
Awesome.
new to the channel or new to myself, I'm an investor, I'm an author, entrepreneur. I've been on YouTube for a few years. My channel basically teaches people three things. First way, how to make money, whether it's gig job, Uber Eats, DoorDash, whatever it is. Second way is how to save money, the right apps to put it in. And the third way is how to invest. If you want to invest in cryptocurrency, you want to invest in stocks, there's a certain way to do it depending on your age and depending on how much money you make. I can show you from A to Z different ways on how to do it. And today we're basically going to talk about where the market is at, such as cryptocurrency, where the market is at, such as stocks, what you probably should be buying, not be buying, and just talk about what's going on in the market.
Awesome. Awesome. Man, we greatly appreciate you doing so. So now tell us, of course, we know that there's millions of stocks to kind of choose from. And everyone's always talking about what's moving, what's shaking. What's some things that you think, or what's some stocks that you think we should start paying attention to early on this year?
So right now, this is the weirdest I ever seen the stock market since I started investing and looking at
Yeah.
stock market since 18. The reason being, the stock market basically don't like people to always try to predict what's going on.
Yeah.
And right now, whatever you feel is going to go up, it's doing the exact opposite. So for example,
Mm.
today is the CPI data, the consumer price index. Every single month we get a month back data basically seeing is inflation going to go up, have shelter went up, used price of cars, different things like that. And once we get that data, if it's technically hot, meaning it is worse than the expectations, then stocks usually go down, people panic. If it's cold, then we're good. Today it came in a little bit hotter, so just 0.5% hotter, not even a whole percentage. And at first, the market literally started to tumble, went down, opening like down 200 points.
Mm.
And literally within an hour, now it's rallying. Crypto and everything is rallying. So what happens is people before, like 2 years ago, you will basically bet today that everything is going to crash. You'll hear the rumors, okay, things are going to
Yeah.
come in hot. So I'm going to short the market, meaning I'm going to bet that the market is about to crash.
Yeah.
2 years ago, it's 100% would have crashed today.
Mm.
But now everything is kind of different. So literally the data came in and all the people that shorted the market just lost a lot of money because the market did the exact opposite.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, when the market is like this, you have to go very safe. You don't want to
Mm.
go high risk. You just want to go safe. You want to go to index funds. You want to go to mutual funds. You want to go to ETFs, where you're grabbing the top things in the S&P 500, the top things in the Dow, the top things in the Nasdaq, so you can have a umbrella of options of companies instead of just investing in Facebook. And
Mm.
also to show you how crazy the market is, if like, and the thing is, you don't like to say which stocks to invest in because I'm not a financial advisor, and sooner or later I'm going to be wrong and sooner or later I'm going to be right. For example, Facebook. If I came on your channel 6 months ago and told everybody to invest in Facebook is going to go good, Facebook literally became one of the worst companies in the S&P 500,
Mm.
and the share went down from like $350 all the way close to $100. So everybody would have been like, this was the worst investment ever.
Mm.
Now, if I came back on your channel 2 months ago and told you to invest in Facebook, Facebook was at $100. Now it's at about $200.
Mm. Right. Right.
so so it's like literally, so you look like a genius some days, you look like you look crazy the other days.
Right.
But where I do see, 'cause I was reading an article yesterday on Ford, where I do see everything is going in the future is more towards electric vehicles, because
Yeah.
President Biden signed that infrastructure bill, and it's already more popping in California. So if you got some California viewers, they know EVs is more common out there. As you can go
Yeah.
drive, you got a charger station in Chicago and in Michigan.
Yeah.
We see it, you know,
Yeah.
it's
Slow
not
pace.
popping like that, you know.
Yeah.
So I was looking at Ford yesterday. Ford Motor Company, they are doing a $3.5 billion plant they opened up with a Chinese company just to build the batteries.
Wow.
So and that's going to pop off in 2026. So use
Okay.
literally everybody is heading towards electric vehicles. You just literally have to, you're going to have to wait it out, but unfortunately the government is just going to start incentivizing people to buy them. Like, hey, if you buy one, we'll give you a $7,500 tax break or something.
Got you. Wow. Yeah, I did hear about that, and now we're even considering our lease is up on one of our vehicles this year, and now it's like, man, it's only smart to go, with the electric vehicle. Let's talk about that. So now, um, because of now it's becoming that new wave. What are some things you think that people should consider investing in? Because obviously you have the car companies, but there are some things that's like behind the scenes. Like I found a company that I thought was priced pretty good, and I'm no expert, but they make electric vehicle batteries. And so I was like, man, I think this is something to watch. And I'm the kind of guy, I don't like to look at my stock stuff every day because I know it's like it'd be
You always been
insane.
like that.
So I try to look at like once a week because it's so much madness. Because like you'll feel good for a second, and then you'll feel bad, for another second. So
Think of me that got to watch it every single day.
man, so yeah, so let's talk about that. So what are some great, EV stocks or something that we should consider because things are now trending in that direction?
Well, first thing, exactly what you just said. I like to do the behind the scenes things. Like how people will be like, man, what's the best marijuana stock? Best marijuana stock. And it's so saturated. I
Yeah.
found companies to invest in that have the greenhouses. So it's like the
Mm.
boring stuff. It's like, hey, I ain't investing in marijuana, but I
Yeah.
invest in this building that got a zillion acres that's
Yeah.
growing. So the same thing with the EVs. Instead of investing in the direct Tesla, you have the companies that are building these batteries, and that's usually the problem is when, all right, so first you got Tesla is
Mm.
the GOAT. Tesla is about 3 to 5 years ahead of everybody else,
Mm.
and they went through the trials and tribulations. They went through all the stuff to try to figure it out. So now you got the other companies, big companies, that's trying to get where Tesla is at, but
Yeah.
they're going through the failed tribulations. Like Ford said they wanted to do the EV Mustang, then they
Mm.
changed the price down, then they said up the battery gonna be too high. We got to change this with the price. So they really don't know what they're doing. You have to find the companies that they are getting that contract with, them companies that's getting the contracts to
Yeah.
make the batteries. That's the nerd companies out in China. You have to find those out. Until then, you invest in the big names. The big names are Neo, that's a China company. I like Xpeng. Xpeng is my favorite. And then you have Li Auto. So those are three China companies that's
Mm.
basically, they are leading the market. So even if anybody come in, they're like the Tesla. It's light
Yeah.
years. Everybody gonna try to compete, but it's always gonna be the the Spotify's. It's like, yeah, Spotify came first. You got the Apple Music and you got the title, but
Yeah.
majority of people still gonna have Spotify because that's the first thing. So I say
Okay.
stick with those. And as of right now, you can't go wrong with Tesla, because Tesla in a day the price can go up $50. It's
Mm.
unheard of.
Mm.
I'm just not a fan of how Elon Musk run the company. I
Yeah.
just love Tesla itself.
The
And the
company itself.
problem
Yeah.
with Tesla is you got to be married to both.
Yeah.
Because if I could just be married to Tesla without being married to Elon Musk, I would love it. Because you don't know if Elon Musk gonna tweet something to piss all his investors off every day. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you got to stand by him. You got to stand by him.
I think that Elon Musk is also showing how much power a lot of these business owners have, and usually most of them aren't outspoken. Most of them not trying to be in the scenes at all. But Elon, of course, he could be there and not and still be a nice guy. But when you start going into edgy subjects and things of that sort, things will be affected, like you said. And he may not care because he knows that, hey, I have
Yep.
the money to sustain the company, but at the same time, it makes the investors like, dude, like, what's the goal here? You
Like,
know?
yeah, brother, we don't care who you vote for, whoever you vote for and stuff, that's on your
Yeah.
personal dime. But
Right.
when you're talking about it and it's affecting our stock and our money,
Absolutely.
you got to decide: do you want to be a regular person or do you want to be the billionaire that's running this company?
Man, because you most definitely hit it right on the head, man. It affects people. It affects the
So,
investors for sure.
so speaking about Elon Musk and talking about how we are learning, we in our generation, we didn't know that an individual person that run a business can control the market like this.
Hmm,
We ain't never seen it. And usually where it started was from him tweeting about Dogecoin, cryptocurrency.
hmm,
Whenever he mentioned Dogecoin, the price completely shoot up. So
hmm.
we can go over to crypto because I know we got a lot of people that's in here that's younger, love cryptocurrency, want to know what's popping with crypto. So,
Oh, real quick, before we jump into that, I want to make sure I try to write them down. The top three stocks you say we should just regular stocks that we should take a look at. Yeah.
regular right now when everything is going down, you can do SPY. That's the ETF that mirrors the S&P 500. You can do QQQ. That's a ETF that mirrors the Nasdaq, and you can do IYH. That's an ETF that mirrors healthcare. So you got healthcare, the top 500 companies in the world, and the top tech companies in the world. When they're talking about a recession, you want to go safe. Those are three safest stocks in my opinion. Instead of choosing an individual stock, you got the umbrella until we know we are finally smooth after this roller coaster.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so top three stocks, just regular, kicking off the year. Those are the ones you guys to consider. Okay, great guys. Want to make sure you guys got those, and then of course, let's go into to crypto, like you mentioned.
So with crypto, it's the deal. Crypto is going to go how the stock market go. If the stock market is crashing, like back in the day, stock it was a hedge on the regular stock market. Okay, we don't want regular finance. Then you got cryptocurrency. So it basically went opposite of each other.
Mhm.
Now, the closer you get towards more regulations, the more institutionalized you get, the more regulated. So now it kind of go hand to hand. So if the stock market is doing bad, cryptocurrency is going to do bad. One is not going to do better than the other. And
Mhm.
you look at the beginning of this year, stocks had the best January we have had in probably like 5 years.
Wow.
So in cryptocurrency, that was the best January we had since 2013.
Mm.
Crypto Bitcoin went up 39%, almost 40%. And 40% is unheard of in a year.
Yeah.
40% is, the average is 8, 10, 12 if you're good. 40% in a month is just completely insane. So you had that good rally. And the question is, people was trying to figure out, did we already hit the bottom? Because stocks and everything is slowly keep going up, but
Right.
we're hearing so much FUD, fear, uncertainty,
Mm.
and doubt. We're hearing a lot of things that's just negative, and you gotta be careful with it. So my thing with crypto is the exact same thing I said with the stock market. Is going to mirror the same thing because they're going hand to hand. It is, you have to choose your three biggest safe ones. You got the Bitcoin, you got the Ethereum, and you got other. Whatever your other is, mine this year is Polygon Matic. Polygon Matic, I like that the most for 2023 because no matter what the market is doing, real companies is finally starting to use them and implement it into their daily life. And that's the first crypto that is really going mainstream where companies like, okay, Google, hey, we need this processing to be faster. We're using Matic. So then Starbucks was like, okay, y'all using it, let's use it. So real companies that we use every day is finally starting to implement crypto. So that's the best one because no matter how bad the market do, if you're implementing certain things right. That's one crypto that can just go up outside of what the market is doing.
Mm. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on in crypto. So the next thing
Yeah.
is what we have right now. We have a war. I did a video yesterday saying the SEC is waging a war on crypto. And the reason I said that is because yesterday we had an article. Binance is the biggest crypto exchange in the world. They're number one.
Okay.
And their CEO came out and said, like, look, y'all, we got some bad news. We have our own. I'm trying to break it down to sound as simple as possible instead of going into nerd mode. But yeah, because it's like, you crypto, you can go
I
nerd
feel
mode.
you. Yeah, do your
So
thing.
So with Binance, they're the biggest exchange. What they have is their own crypto US dollar. So it's
Mm.
like the BUSD. So they got their own crypto US dollar, and on a daily basis, the volume is about $15 billion. People putting in, taking out. It's just basically a safe thing. Like, man, the inflation is going down on a dollar. Instead of
Mhm.
this $1 million putting it in the bank, I can put it with this BUSDC, and it's the same as the dollar, but I can gain some interest on it.
Yeah.
So yesterday, the SEC came out and said, "Yo, that is possibly a securities. You guys can't do that no more." And whenever the SEC consider any crypto securities, it's usually going to go down. They got to do legal stuff. They got to do court. It's just a shit show. It's just terrible.
Right.
So they did that yesterday, and Binance prices literally started to go down from like 315 to like 270 immediately, and everybody thought things was going to crash. So we have a lot of things going on with the big FTX crash, where people that's not hip to crypto, basically FTX, they're the second biggest exchange, and the CEO ended up being a fraudster. He
Mm,
was
right. Yeah.
it's bad. You got to think Tom Brady is sponsored by him. The
Wow.
Miami Heat Stadium is named FTX Arena. So this guy that's a billionaire that everybody loves, he just douche. He's a scumbag. He just scamming
Mhm.
everybody. Nobody likes him, and that put a big dent on the
Yeah.
crypto community so bad. So
Yeah.
now this Super Bowl, they're like, "Up, we're not doing no crypto commercials." Now the SEC want more regulations, and
Mhm.
rightfully so, because I can't get mad at regulations when
Yeah.
crypto market is looking like the wild wild west.
Yeah. Yeah. It
So
looks you're absolutely right, man. It looks and and I'm not we do have some crypto stocks, but like you said, it made it look more I won't say untrustworthy, but it most definitely made you question. And people already had questions. People already they didn't fully trust what was going on or fully understand what was going on. Well prior to all of that legal stuff happening, they didn't understand crypto off top. So now it's like, see, I told you XYZ, So
yeah,
so
they
I was
they
off.
they
Yeah, yeah.
they love you when they hate you when you're down, love you when you
Oh
up.
man,
And
man.
that's why, like I said earlier, you can be right today and wrong tomorrow. You just gotta wait it out, because you can look at a crypto. You got to think Bitcoin is 20 some thousand right now. It's a $22,000 a coin right now,
Mm,
and you can look from an all time high at 60,000, you like, yo, I told you to don't get
yeah,
in, it's failure. And then the next person next to us
yeah,
can be like, man, I remember when Bitcoin was at 1,000
yeah.
and it went to 300. And they
Mm,
like, man, it went down 70%. I told you.
right.
From now it's from 300 all the way up to 25,000.
Crazy.
So long as you just stay living long enough, you're going to be right and you're going to be wrong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In investment and invest in the world. But I love crypto. It's something. It's a good channel to have, because something crazy is going on every single day, and it
Okay,
gives me something to talk about.
absolutely. So now let's talk about that. So now, do you have about two or three crypto stocks you want to let everybody know that you've kind of been watching, or some that are trending in the right direction so far?
The first one was the one I talked about, was Polygon Matic. Polygon Matic is number one to me this year, because so many real companies is implementing So basically, how Polygonmatic work is, let's say I want to send you crypto. I want to send you Bitcoin or something. And what they have is what they call gas fees because they need miners to mine this Bitcoin so you can send it. So the
Yeah.
middleman, the people we don't see, when I send you this Bitcoin, I want to send you $1,000. Let's say the gas fees, depending on the time of the day, depending on the people that's doing it, the gas fees before can be from $5 to $50.
Mm,
And that's too inconsistent because you want to send this money and it's like, man, it's supposed to be so much better, it's supposed to work smoother. Polygon Matic, they seen that void and that problem. So now they're like, yo, we're going to send it because, yeah, that Bitcoin transaction for you to send that to Calvin is
mm,
going to take 5 minutes to 2 hours.
mm,
That's too long. With us, we're going to send it from 5 seconds to 30 seconds. And we're going to only charge you 0.200022. We ain't even gonna charge you a
mm,
penny.
mm,
So it's like, hold on, we're not even being charged $1 to send this, and it's going 200 times faster. So all these companies that want to do any type of processing, they're using that company because their processing is fast, it's trusted, it's secure, and it's good. So that's
mhm,
why they're my number one. I will say another company, well, another crypto I will say look into is people was trying to get into the metaverse. The metaverse, and Facebook failed so far trying to get into it, but it's still a world out there. And like you said, you told me earlier today, your son used to like games, and most people
yeah,
are gamers. The one I like is it was three. Is one called Sandbox, Decentraland, and Gods Unchained. These are three games that you play on your computer,
yeah.
and they are games that's in the crypto world where you actually get to use cryptocurrency, whatever it is.
Wow. Okay.
And no matter how the market is doing, people still like if you create a great game, a great community, what they have, these prices can skyrocket up because they have such a good community that's consistently using it. So even when
Mhm,
the market crash, they can still be going up, or even when the market go up, it can ride with it. So
yeah.
I do like metaverse games. You have to get the big ones. Those are the big three that I like. And let's see, the last I would say is mm, cause I'm trying to not just say just the basic Bitcoin and Ethereum because everybody
The
gonna
ones
say
that
that.
everybody right. Yeah, we wanna get
Yeah,
into here,
let
let
me
me make
look
sure I
at
got
let
the
me
second one right. So what was the second one called?
Sandbox,
Sandbox.
SAND is saying.
Mhm.
The next one is Decentraland. So what is Decentraland thing? I forget what is theirs, but it's called Decentraland.
I got you.
And the third
Yep.
is Gods, Gods, Gods Unchained. That's actually because I'm not a gamer. But
Yeah.
I actually, when I was doing a review on a coin, I'm like, okay, let me play the game and see if I like. It's a great game. It's a card game, but it's online. It's like how people used to play the Yu-Gi-Oh and the
Yeah.
Pokemon and stuff. It's very entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I'm not a gamer and I like it and I will play it, I'm like,
Yeah.
I know the nerds love it. So the last I would say is
Wait,
crypto.com. Or
crypto.com. Got you.
yep,
Okay.
CRO. The
Got you.
reason being is with the crazy crash with FTX, you only have a few places to buy cryptocurrency that you trust. You have
Right.
Binance, who number one, but it's something going on with that CEO every day. So I don't fully trust him myself. You have crypto.com. At this point, they're probably number two or close to it. You have Coinbase. So when we do have a rally, and when Bitcoin go from 22,000 to 25, then you say go to 27, then you say go to 30, and people start getting that fear of loss, like, man, I should have gotten in one at 16,000. Man, I should have gotten in at 25. And
Mhm.
people going to buy like crazy, and they're going to buy somewhere. Crypto.com is my favorite because I love what they are implementing towards making the average person be able to get into crypto. And
Right.
you know, at the Staples Center is now named Crypto.com Arena.
Right.
So whenever you know the exposure and their promotion is
Yeah.
crazy.
The fact that that people know it's real. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And I give you one more. I give you one more that's more into the metaverse or the NFT world is ApeCoin.
ApeCoin,
ApeCoin.
is that APE?
Yep, APE.
Gotcha.
I like ApeCoin because I love their founders, their CEO. They don't care about the money part. They care about giving people a good quality product. And when you believe in doing that, everything else comes together. And they are the biggest NFT platform in the world. Meaning, if you want to buy one ape, let me see. If I went to try to buy, let's see, Board Ape Yacht Club. If I want to try to buy one right now, off the top of my mind, I would say it's probably $80,000 for the cheapest one I can buy.
Wow.
So let's see. I'm looking. I'm about to add to cart. Well, wow! Don't tell me it went up. So the first one I clicked, say 113,000
Wow.
for a picture of an ape. This is a picture, and this is the cheapest one I can buy
Wow.
right now. Is $100,000 ape. They built a company where people was buying these pictures, JPEGs, for the cheapest one right now is $100,000. And when the market was going down, they went all the way down to 50,000. Because I'm literally
Mm.
watching this. I'm like, man, I wish I had this
Right.
because in my mind, I'm like, any of these under $100,000 is worth it because when the market is going bad and you're losing money, the first thing people is going to sell is
Yeah.
that picture that you get that ain't doing nothing.
Right.
But when the market is going good,
Yeah.
it's a form of art. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh man, I wish I would have got this because if I would have bought it for 50,000, the cheapest one going for 100, I'm almost can double. I already can double my money right now.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, you gotta get into that. So that's what's going on with the market.
Nice, nice, awesome, man, awesome. Well, listen, we greatly appreciate your time today, as usual, and then also too. So now, just to make sure we can follow you on everything on all social platforms. You said just Lando Success.
Yep, Lando success on everything on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, everything. Lando success. I kept it easy for you.
Awesome, awesome. We greatly appreciate your time today, man. Is there anything you want to leave the audience with? Before you leave.
Let's see. Before I leave, I always like to focus on you have to know how to make income. You gotta like everything I said, everything I talked about, it don't go nowhere if you're not making any money.
Hmm.
So no matter what it is, whether you gotta go out and do Uber Eats, ship, long as you got a car in this generation, you can go out and make money today. Not tomorrow, you can
Yep.
go make money immediately. And that's the first thing is just get money and get cash going in because we all got goals. We all want to have
Yep.
businesses. We all want to do this, but this is not going to be bringing in as much money just right now. So do what you got to do to pay them bills,
Yep.
work on them goals, and the investment part will come as you keep on making more money.
Yeah, because I honestly think that people feel they should be at a certain point financially before they start, investing. And investing is really just being patient, but also making sure that you have something to invest. Like you said, having that money come in and and starting that investment journey. So listen, man, we greatly appreciate your time again today, and make sure you guys be sure to go to YouTube, look up Lando Success. He's always dropping videos in regards to crypto, but at minimum, we will make sure that we have Orlando here once a month to give you guys, your market update, so we can see what's going on, in the market as the economy slowly kind of goes up, goes down. China sends balloons. We don't know what's going to happen, and how it's going to affect things, So, but we'll most definitely make sure that Lando is here to guide us through this process. Thanks again, man. We greatly appreciate your time.
My G.
All right.